we are, and what I would recommend for your split toning, you can
Mhm.
follow this recipe, but it doesn't really use curves.
Mm-hmm.
And for this assignment, you want to use at least 2 curves
Yeah, remember that.
and masks.
A light and a dark, hopefully, right? Is that what you
Yeah,
wanted?
like a light and a dark. So let's just say that you want to darken this area. Okay. I'm just going to do something for, and you're going to go back and you're going to make it a little nicer. And then you want to make this area a little lighter. This is very quickly, just so we have our curves.
So we want to focus on using curves to do all these adjustments.
Try.
Right?
Yeah.
So remember you said you didn't want us to use sliders?
Try to stay away from sliders.
Yeah,
and that recipe has sliders, but
Right.
I'm going to show you how to do it without sliders. Okay, so these are your 2 tones. This is the dark, this is the what we call dueling curves. One's dark and one's light. So this is dark, this is light. And then you can paint in each. If you want more information, if you want an image to be darker, you can paint to reveal this darker curve. In this mask, here's the dark mask. So if you want, it would be painting with white to reveal the mask, right? So let's say you want all this stuff you want dark. So this is the dark curve.
Oh.
Then in the light curve, you want all this stuff lighter. You can, that can be lighter.
Say I wanted to add more definition to the,
To that, you would select it using your favorite selection tool. You'd also zoom in to double check that you were doing a good job, because I'm just doing it very quickly here. You would say, I would probably darken this area to get the shadows to pop out. Okay.
God, this is exciting.
I know. So the double click, you do want to feather all your masks though. Okay. Here's this mask, you want to feather it. Say okay. This mask, you want to feather everything so it blends. And you also want to view it 100% to make sure that you don't have any weird edges that you might need to hand paint out. Because I just did this very quick.
So I would do this first and then do the duo.
You would do that. You would actually probably do the black and white first, then do your curves. Because the reason why you do this first is because these really can change how bright or how dark the color is.
Also, do those first. Do
These-
the tint.
yeah.
The tint first.
Do the black and white first.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do the black and white, then do your curves. Now we can start adding.
That's a question I
tint.
always had in Lightroom. Was how did black and white affects color?
If you know you're going to go to black and white, always do black and white first.
And then
before you work with the histogram, before you work with the basic panel, because it affects it. Okay, you can see it affects it.
Oh.
Then add your curves. Then you may not remember this. That's why we're recording it. You can add a tint, but we're going to do it in curves.
Oh.
So I'm going to show you this. I wish I had time to show everybody else. What's cool about curves is when we work in curves, we work on all the channels, red, green, and blue together. When we darken or lighten an area. But if you just want to work on adding color, you can go into each channel separately. So when we did these adjustments here, we worked on all colors, red, green, and blue. But if you want to add like a split tone, let's say you want to add a little red to the highlights. You can add a little red to just the highlight area, which is up here. And a little yellow, because yellow is the opposite of blue, right? So maybe we'll add a little yellow. There's yellow. Maybe we don't even need red. I'm going to get rid of red. I'm going to reset red. Let's go back to just the blue and yellow. This is blue, this is yellow. They're opposite colors, right? So if I anchor them here and I add blue in the shadows, and then I take away blue in the highlights, that's a split tone. Now
all
I
in the
have
same curve.
all in the same
I mean, channel.
in the blue
Blue
channel
channel.
because I'm adding yellow in the highlights and I'm adding blue here. And if you think it's too much, you can take some away. You can add a little more in the shadows, less in the midtones. I want to keep the midtones neutral. You keep them here. You just want a little bit in the shadow. Like that's just the tiniest amount in the shadows. You see that? See? You can see it right here. If I turn it off, that's neutral.
Yeah.
Turn it on, it's just this. See, if I roll
It
it, it's just that.
Oh, it looks more purple. It's a little purplish.
It's blue, yeah. And
Yeah,
in the
but-
highlights, that's this. If I roll over the highlight areas, that's in this area.
I make those.
It's yellow. So now you've got a split tone. Okay?
So do you think this is a good image to
I
do a
do.
split tone?
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
Split curves. Split. Take this home. It's gonna have your